Elton John. Have you ever been asked a question so simple that it unexpectedly made you reflect on your entire life? Not long ago, someone asked me to name the 5 people I loved most out of everyone I'd met. It wasn't a question about talent, fame, or influence. It was about the people who truly mattered. That was surprisingly easy to answer. After decades of sharing stages, traveling the world, and meeting remarkable people, I realized that the memories I treasure most aren't tied to awards or sold-out arenas. They're tied to friendships. When you've spent your life in music, you see a side of people the public rarely does. You spend endless hours backstage, on airplanes, in dressing rooms, and over late-night dinners. Those quiet moments reveal far more than any headline ever could. As the years pass, you stop measuring life by achievements and begin measuring it by the people who stood beside you when no one else was looking. The first name that came to mind was Freddie Mercury. Most people remember his incredible voice and unforgettable performances, but that's only part of who he was. What I remember most is his ability to light up every room he entered. Even during exhausting tours, when everyone was worn out from constant travel and endless interviews, Freddie somehow found a way to make everyone laugh. Around friends, he wasn't trying to impress anyone. He was simply himself. Those conversations after the shows, when the crowds had gone home and everything became quiet, are the moments I miss the most. Toward the end of his life, I could see he carried burdens he rarely spoke about, yet he still wanted everyone around him to smile. That quiet strength is something I'll never forget. The next person was Princess Diana. The world saw one of the most photographed women on earth. But I knew someone who made people feel comfortable almost instantly. Despite the constant attention surrounding her, she had a remarkable gift for making every conversation feel personal. We'd spend evenings talking about family, work, or sometimes nothing important at all. She listened with genuine interest, whether someone was famous or completely unknown. Like many friendships, ours had difficult moments, and there was a time when we drifted apart. Thankfully, we reconciled before her tragic passing. Singing at her funeral wasn't about performing, it was about saying goodbye to a dear friend. I also thought immediately of George Michael. Many admired his extraordinary voice, but what stood out to me was his kindness. We rarely talked about chart success because we both understood how quickly fame can change. Instead, we shared honest conversations about life, music, and the strange realities of living in the spotlight. George had a wonderful sense of humor and never needed to dominate the room. According to widely reported accounts, many stories later emerged about his quiet generosity toward individuals and charities, often without seeking recognition. That's the George I remember, a thoughtful friend whose compassion mattered far more than his achievements. Then there was John Lennon. Long before I met him, I admired his songwriting. When we finally became friends, I was struck by how relaxed and approachable he was. One memory has always stayed with me. I once jokingly told him that if one of my songs reached #1, he had to join me on stage. When it happened, he honored that promise and performed with me at Madison Square Garden. It later became his final live concert appearance, though none of us knew it at the time. Looking back, it's a reminder that we rarely realize we're creating unforgettable memories while we're living them.